expecting that play, and they did a good job of stopping them.
3rd down and 10 from the 19. Under center once again. And rolls to his right after faking the handoff to the left and gets out to the edge and gets enough for the 1st down and then some. Down inside the 5-yard line to the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
A great run by the quarterback, Cartwright.
Yeah, it was a bootleg. It's what we call bootleg. It's like show strength like they did the last play. Off tackle. Then all of a sudden it was a bootleg. The thing is that Tates Creek outside linebacker, he was taught right. You know, like all good defensive coaches, defensive coordinators talk about is don't get suckered, stay home. And he did, but he just couldn't wrap up against him, or else he could have got it for a loss. But that's just being a great athlete, but the quarterback from Bryan Station got away from that outside linebacker and got onto the inside of the, a 2-yard line?
Yeah, 2-yard line, 1st and goal for Bryan Station, itching to be the first team to score in this battle. Lexington Heavyweight, 2nd round of the state playoffs in 6A. Longtime district rivals and now cross-district rivals, 2 districts in the state, in the city. Back to pass. It is deflected and incomplete. Kind of surprised. They wanted to catch Creek off guard, I think, with the pass there. It surprised me, the play call. I
do like the play call because I saw the motion and it was trying to bring that guy in. And a lot of times you see like mesh routes, and then I was a delay to the tight end to the flat, hoping to bring that corner in and be able to get all that space. It was just really disciplined by the defense, taking up their hands and blocking it away.
Yeah, you kind of read the formation and maybe adjust your play call from what you see. Good,
yeah.
For sure. 2nd down and goal, marking it at the 4. I think it's a little closer than that. The handoff left tackle. He fights toward the goal line. I think he's a little short, but it got down to the 1.
Yeah. Again, give it to the big tailback. Now they're down to the 1-yard line. So I think it's 3rd down now, 3rd and 1.
3rd down and goal. That was Frazier. He didn't go down easily.
No, he didn't.
Speaking of Frazier.
I'll tell you what, I just would go ahead and line up and just go right up the middle with that big tailback or off tackle and just say, here, stop it.
Under center is Cartwright. He will hand, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bryan Station touchdown as the defenders draw first blood.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I would have called it. Just say, look, we got this big tailback. We got these big fullbacks. We're just going to go ahead and just run it, do everything you can, Tates Creek, and just, but Tates Creek did a good job of goal line defense. It's just that I think, with that big, powerful tailback and that shorter yardage, he's just going to lean forward. He's going to get a 6. So nice job by Bryan Station.
6-0. Defenders up on Tates Creek. 2:53 left in the 1st quarter. The PAT is up, and it is perfectly through the upright. 7-0. Bryan Station leads here on Glycod. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, this is. Yeah, they don't want.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome up, Bryan Station High School. 2-yard touchdown run off outright tackle. The defenders are up 7-0, and now the kickoff to Tates Creek as they try to tie things up. Received at the 8-yard line. He'll cut it upfield and tackled at the 19-yard line, and that's where Tates Creek will start here, 1st and 10.
Well, they got a holding call.
Holding on 1st down.
And so they're going to go ahead and mark the ball a little bit deeper. Going to get the spot on the file here. We're going to start out here probably like on the 16-yard line. 17, my bad.
First down and 10. Weatherington,
Quads
a very
over
talented quarterback.
Going empty set and quads over to the right and a single receiver to the left.
Neat quad formation. He'll go that way. Wide receiver screen too low, though, and incomplete.
Yeah.
That's something for people that don't normally watch high school football. That is a much tougher throw than people realize. It's college and pro, it's a different story.
You know, when you get to the college level, they already know how far. That's 53 yards across the field. So think about it. You're in the middle of the field and half of that. So you're talking over 25 yards. And still, that's a tough throw by a quarterback. So if you're going to do that, I would move the quads in closer so you can definitely make sure you hit that.
Yeah, good point for sure. It is definitely a tougher throw than it appears on TV.
Yeah, it is.
Second down and 10. Weatherington will hand it off this time. Tackle up at the 20-yard line. A gain of 3 on second down. Will set up 3rd and 7 for Tates Creek.
Yeah, so right then and there, I mean, he was just trying to bounce and find a hole. He thought he was going to go ahead and through that A-gap and then bounce outside. But, you know, here we go. It's 3rd down and 7.
Here we go. They're going to send the heat, I believe.
Huh?
Do you think they're going to Bryan Station blitz rig here on 3rd down?
I really don't know yet. I haven't really seen much. I think they control that line, but I think you might just see a little bit of you never know. Bryan Station is doing a great job up front.
He'll roll out to his right, looking for somebody, nobody there, and he falls out of bounds at the 20-yard line. No gain there, as well defended. Had all the nickelbacks and everybody back there.
Yeah, what they call is a sprint out passing game, and you're trying to create lanes, maybe a flood routes or lanes, and the quarterback just didn't able to see anybody because Bryan Station did a good job of covering everybody. So then they had one outside linebacker chase him down, put pressure on him, and now here we are, 4th down. 4th and 7. It's going to be a nice little punt.
Creek will punt once again. 2 possessions and 2 3 and out so far. 1:57 left before in the first quarter. There's a man in motion there. Hustles on. Nice snap. Gets it, no pressure. Gets it underway. Very low and short kick.
Yeah.
And takes a Bryan Station lateral bounce. And they'll have great field position at the Tates Creek 36-yard line.
You know, that's the third thing I said in the key of the game is special teams. You're going to have to practice them, and it's either going to go really well for you. You know, there's that luck. So right now, Bryan Station is on luck, and they're doing a great job of getting lucky on that special teams. So here they are now, 3rd series, I believe, and they're inside their own 35-yard line. So, I mean, here we go. Let's see what they're going to do.
1:46 left in the first quarter. Bryan Station 7, Tates Creek nothing. Both teams won in the first round of the state playoffs last week. We'll keep you updated with other scores in the area. I know Dunbar and Madison Central going at it tonight. Douglas and Covcath in a big 5A battle. Out to Frazier out on the right side. Breaks a couple tackles and another first down. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Ironwood Craig Hayward with the big 34.
Yeah, I tell you what, that's a nice thing that everybody's doing is throwing a little quick route out of the backfield with the tailback, because defenses are going to drop back. And if they already have someone they're covering, they're going to go ahead and release it to that tailback. And that tailback with a nice talent or that little wingback, whoever they were giving it to, a little speed and space, and here you are, got another first down.
He's a man out there. Frazier's been in the weight room a time or two.
Yeah, they're a physical football team.
1st and 10 from the Creek 22-yard line. In the gun, cut right, will hand it off once again to Frazier off left tackle, and has pursuit behind him that drags him down at the 20-yard line. And gain of 3.
Yeah, just a nice little what they call an outside zone play, just a nice off-tackle play. And then here's the thing, the quarterback and the other running back were running the other side. So you might see him keep it and be able to run a nice little speed option, which means a speed option is with the quarterback and just one other back to the opposite way. Nice, interesting concept. Let's see what he does.
Having an option play or two in the playbook is always a good idea.
It is. It's nice to have.
Under 30 seconds left here. They hand to Frazier again off right tackle. Big gain once again. Actually a new back that time. Let's get his number 22, and he gets close to another Bryan Station first down.
Yeah, that's just what we call just an off-tackle play. He leans forward and just barrels. He's a strong young man.
Jeremiah Mundy Lloyd, a 6'1", 205-pound senior, all muscle. once
You
a
know,
man.
I would have thought he was bigger than 205 pounds.
He looks like it, doesn't he?
Yeah,
that may have been in August.
Yeah.
He's added 20 more pounds of muscle.
Yeah, he has. He's been hitting that weight room, you could tell.
29 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bryan Station on the board and looking for more. Kurt Wright is under center. He hands off once again. And he'll ride that offensive line inside the 5.
Yeah, that's just really just simple. Not just an isolation. We used to call that guts, where you had 2 fullback lead right up into that B gap and the tailback follow behind. This is just really downright physical football, and it's really Bryan Station's doing a great job.
Into the first quarter, Bryan Station 7, Tates Creek nothing. You're listening to Glycod High School Playoff Football.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve them. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The prescription.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. The defenders, as we start the second quarter, are threatening. First and goal. Handoff that time to Lloyd. He is not pushed close to the goal line. Let's see as he gets in for the score. Touchdown, Bryan Station. As the defenders so far up front winning the battle in the trenches, and that's why they're up 13-0, Gary.
You know, I really thought Tates Creek had that young man, but there's second and third. Drive power by that young man, and here he is getting into the end zone. I tell you, that's a nice, physical, big tailback. He's outstanding. He just leans forward and drives with his legs. Hold on to that football and just go ahead, and I'm going forward.
Place kicker on the way. PAT is perfect once again. Bryan Station leads 14-0. 11:52 left for halftime. You're listening to and watching Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back. Bryan Station leads 14-0 over Tates Creek in the second round of the KHSAA playoffs here on Glycod. Early in the second quarter as Tates Creek fumbles the kickoff at the 12-yard line, but gets it back, goes up the field all the way to the 33-yard line, a 22-yard punt return, kickoff return, and pretty decent field position for Tates Creek. And this is when they've got to kind of get that defense a little rest. It's a long game. We've only gone through one quarter, and their defense has been out there the whole game.
Yeah, I think this is where, you know, again, you're trying to do everything you can offensively. You've tried throwing the ball. You've tried running the ball. I think you're going to see maybe just a little bit of different play calling just to see what you can do to get more control of the clock and maybe go ahead and run the ball down the field. This is interesting. We'll see what they're going to do.
Andrew Witherington, a talented junior quarterback for Tates Creek, 5'11", 155-pounder. Has twins to the left, one to the right. Hand off this time, and he has stood up back at the 31-yard line just to hit a brick wall there.
Yeah, that linebacker was right there. He wasn't fooled. And, you know, I think maybe the offensive lineman missed him, but he did a really great job of firing in there in that open gap and just wrapping up and knocking that young man backwards. Excellent job of that linebacker.
It's kind of like going in a tunnel and you think it's clear, and then and you take 2 steps and then the train hits you.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
You didn't see the light, did you? But
No.
then all of a sudden you saw stars.
He saw something.
2nd down and 10 from the 33. Witherington in the gun. Same formation. He'll hand to the running back. He tries to break it out to the left side. He does a nice job before he's pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line, a gain of 7.
Yeah, that was a really nice effort to get outside. Again, you know, it's what we call, I'm not really great at knowing about the zone offense, but that's what I would call an off tackle, an outside zone play. And then he did a really nice job of capturing it and just trying to get to the outside boundary as fast as he could. And he got some positive yards. Now it's 3rd and 3. So now you're going to see probably a nice little play action off top. You know, just depends. I really would call, you know, maybe a quick passing game. It depends on how the defense lines up against the wide receivers.
3rd down and 3. Ball marked at the Creek 40-yard line. 10:36 left before halftime. Bryan Station 14, Creek nothing. Weatherington hands off to the running back. He's hitting the backfield, and he'll lose a yard. As that defensive front has been the star of the game so far for Bryan Station.
Yeah, I definitely, you know, Bryan Station's defense was not fooled. I thought they were going to go ahead and play action that. But again, he saw something. They saw a run, and they tried it out. And again, it didn't happen right now. But again, you know, this Bryan Station is legit a very, very good football team. And Tates Creek is just trying to hang in there and try to create something. Now, here it is, 4th and about 5 or 6. We're showing 4th and 7. Let's see what they do here.
You think some trickery maybe? I don't think so.
You know, I
think they're kicking this one.
I think, you know, it's the second round of playoffs. You know, you either win or you're going home. So you never know what these coaches are going to do.
That's true. Sometimes some tricks when you are not controlling the line of scrimmage.
That was
let's
an
see, whistle.
offsides. Yeah, the tight end closest to us, he jumped. He moved.
Jumped.
Yeah.
And that may be a guy on offense. Maybe they can utilize a little bit on some quick pitches, a tight end, somebody like that there on like a 3rd and 3.
Maybe it was a delay of game, but no matter what. Yeah. This again, you know, I tell you, I got spoiled seeing over in Indiana where they have those clocks on the sidelines, and so that way the quarterbacks can see.
That's true. Castro at his own 20 will kick it away. Big guy, 6'3" punter, looks more like a tight end or defensive end. It goes over the head. Great punt back at the 15 for Bryan Station. And he fumbles the football. Tates Creek has it at the 15, and that is the play they sorely needed.
Yeah, again, this is what you have to happen in playoffs. Luck.
Yes.
Special teams and luck. So I think, again, you're really seeing it all unfold. You got to be healthy. You got to be a little lucky, and your special teams has to come to play for you. So I think now Tates Creek has a little bit of a chance here to go ahead and try to get some points on the board.
When you're not controlling the line of scrimmage, you need a cheap touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for now on the 15 of Bryan Station, 1st and 10.
Should be interesting what their play call is going to be this series.
Twins to the right, Solo to the left, running back to the right of Weatherington in the gun. 1st and 10, 9:28 left before halftime. 14-0 Station, but Creek now in business. Hands off, gets inside the 15, couple yards, but once again, good penetration by that front.
Yeah, you know, there's a little bit of philosophy here on the offense. They're trying to control that clock and keep running. As long as you have the ball, you're in control and you're controlling that clock. You do not want Bryan Station to have that ball. So I can see why Tates Creek is basically running that clock as much as they can and trying to control it.
Markavian Smith, 5'8", 160-pound running back for Creek, whereas the two running backs for Bryan Station, 205, 210.
Yeah.
That's a big difference, 45, 50 pounds.
It is.
Weatherington in the gun, 2nd down and 10. Fakes out there and looks down the fade route in the end zone for 6. It looks like it's in. Yep, touchdown. Big play, and Weatherington there showing that dynamic arm.
Yeah, and it was a really good job. You know, when you show quads, that's 4 people to the right, and you've got your solo receiver to the left. You're going to say, okay, is it isolation? We're going to get that one-on-one, and that's exactly what they did. They threw a nice little fade route right into the corner of the end zone, and he jumped up and got it. Nice job. Nice touchdown catch.
Who caught that one on the far side? It's tough to find that number.
You know, where we're at right now, I don't have the binoculars, and it's so hard for me to see who that was.
But great play. It's a great play. The timing was everything. Quick fake to the right, then to the left on the fade. The PAT is through the uprights, and Tates Creek has cut this game in half. 14-7, Bryan Station leads Tates Creek. 8:37 left before halftime. You're listening and watching the Glycod.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back. Big play there. Weatherington to Douthit from 15 yards out. Tates Creek back in business as after the fumbled punt started at the 15 of Bryan Station, if you're just joining us, and they had not had a first down yet through about 15 minutes of this ball game, but they do now, and they're on the board. 14-7, they'll kick it off and kicks it deep into the end zone. This is one of the best kickers in the state, I believe, by far. And Bryan Station will start 1st and 10 from their own 20. A whole new ball game, Gary.
It's different than what we've seen. We've seen a lot of short kicking this year, and we've been talking about that. But if you got a young man that can boot it like that, that's a great job. Go ahead and get it in that end zone and go ahead and start the ball on the 20-yard line. Let's go. I mean, nice job by Tates
That's
Creek.
a guy Frank Beamer would have been recruiting since 8th grade with that leg.
Yeah.
His greatest special teamer
always,
play is we've been wanting Beamer to help the Cats this year with special teams. Could he be a consultant maybe?
And I tell you what, there's always, special young men that can kick it, and you really want to work on that practice and just go ahead. That's a big part of your game is kicking that ball deep in that end zone.
Kurt Wright, 1st and 10 for Bryan Station. 2 good drives so far out of 3. Hands off to the big running back, and he will get 4 yards off left tackle.
Yeah, Tates Creek is shutting down the gaps. That's what you call it. The defensive line is controlling it, and the linebackers are filling it. It's a 4-3 defense. That's 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers. And a lot of times what you do is you control your gap, and then the linebackers come up and fill up the other gaps. And that's what you're seeing tonight, and they did a really good job of stopping that off-tackle play.
That was Mundy Lloyd on the carry as him and Frazier, they're like thunder and thunder. They're both huge, so it's not like fire and ice. They just pound it. Hands off once again to Mundy Lloyd. Better hold this time. Up the field, 40, 45. Big first down run of 20 yards.
Yeah, that outside linebacker was there off tackle. He just got a hold of it. He just got it chipped off, and basically there goes that big tailback. And I'm having night flashes. I'm having flashes of here when I was coaching at Fern Creek, and we had to go against Shelton and just went off tackle. I just absolutely had a memory of that happening. Bryan Station going off tackle and just running down the sidelines.
And this is what Coach Hawkins has probably told his guys after the Tates Creek score. Hey, they're feeling better about their chances now. They've got a little Uncle Mo on their side. Let's have a long, hardcore drive, stuff it down their throats, and shift this back in our favor.
Yeah,
so far that's happened.
You really got to do good form tackling. You really have to wrap up his legs because he's a big
Mundy Lloyd once again cuts it up. Better penetration by the doors this time as he'll fall forward to the 46 just to gain a 1.
Yeah, again, Tates Creek, it's either they're on and they're doing a great job of shutting, Bryan Station's offense down, or they're going to go ahead and just absolutely one break off tackle, and they're going the distance. But again, these teams play each other during regular season. They know each other. They know their, tells. And it's just, again, who's more physical, who's going to go ahead and play that play more being more disciplined and being able to just go ahead and carry out that play.
2nd down and 9 for Bryan Station at their own 46-yard line. Back to pass across the middle, complete, 1st down into Tates Creek territory.
That's what you call throwing it on a thread and right in that needle. That was an excellent job throwing that football. Great concentration.
Damon Green on that 5'10", 175-pound senior wideout, his first catch of the game.
I'm telling you, that was great concentration and just excellent job of catching and receiving that ball.
Ball at the Tates Creek 41, 1st and 10 for Bryan Station as they're trying to answer that Tates Creek score. Hands to Lloyd once again, and he breaks a tackle. Nice spin move down to the 35. Big guys like that shouldn't be able to spin like that. I think he's got a future on Dancing with the Stars after his football career.
He is a very talented young man. He is a very talented young man.
How much is that, Coach? How much of that spin move is taught, coached into you, and how much of that is just natural ability?
Some running back coaches absolutely avoid that spin move, but some absolutely say it's necessary to be able to have. Again, he's using a good balance of it. I don't think you need to spin a lot, because if you spin and all of a sudden you get caught, then all of a sudden you get an ear. Oh.
Back to pass. It is complete down at the goal line for a Bryan Station touchdown. Just enough to get in the end zone as Kurt Wright to Sanford on the big play. You pound them several plays in a row, then you go for the big bomb and catch them off guard.
I tell you what, that single one-on-one route, it was a skinny post, threw it between that corner and that safety, threw it right where he needed to be in that speed. Now you got 6 points, and that was an excellent job.
Bryan Station answers the bell that time after the Tates Creek touchdown, and here we are, some fireworks early here in the first half. 20-7, PAT is up.
And good.
It is good. Bryan Station 21, Tates Creek 7, 5:23 left before halftime. You're listening and watching to Glycod.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville, or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back. Bryan Station kicks off after a big touchdown catch to Sanford from Kurtzwright. They answer Tates Creek's first touchdown of the game as Creek moves the ball on the kickoff up to the 37, and that's where they'll be first and 10 rather. 21-7, Bryan Station leads. Had some fireworks here the last few minutes, Gary.
Yeah, it has been. It's been a great game. We knew it was going to be a physical football game, and just being able to see just not only just running the ball, but actually airing it out. And this is exactly what we thought we were going to see by Bryan Station. I'd like to see Tates Creek go ahead and be a little bit more creative, maybe shooting some short passing routes, just besides that zone route. I've been watching the corners of Bryan Station, how they bail out, so why not throw some hitches? Do something. You got to throw that ball quick and be able to get the ball and move it.
Weatherington in the gun, and junior quarterback for Creek. A man in motion now, twins to the left, one to the right. And Weatherington will roll to his right. Has a receiver complete up at the 40-yard line. I think he did hold on to it. Good pursuit by the Bryan Station cornerback. Gain of 5.
That's what we call flood route. It's levels. You're going to go ahead, and I got a quick out, and then I'm going to go a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper and see which one's open. Because they like to sprint out. They don't like that quarterback in the pocket. I've noticed the offensive linemen, as soon as they turn and what we call is a hitch route, just spin and hitch. And really nice job of protecting the quarterback and giving him time to be able to throw it. Now they've got a penalty, though.
Penalty, though, will move it back for Tates Creek. Back. They'll mark the football at the 20-yard line.
that step and hinge by that offensive line, they're doing a really good job of being able to protect the quarterback that way.
2nd and 25 for Creek. Weatherington, wide receiver screen out in the flat, complete at the 20, and bounces out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it's just a nice, simple play. Again, it's a quick screen, offensive lineman we're moving. That's what you want to do against Bryan Station. You really want to go ahead and hit the quick routes and just go ahead and just keep Bryan Station off balance and just throw as quick as you can and try to create as much yardage as you can. Because I'm telling you, Bryan Station, they're a physical football team, and they're not going to let you just run it up the middle.
You can't get it all back at once. You take chunks. 2nd and 25, you get a little bit of it back, and here they are on 3rd down. 3rd and 20 from the 25. Weatherington, pump fake, looks across the middle, has a receiver, but short arms it up at the 35-yard line. Would have been short of the first down, barring a long 10-yard run after catch, and that will set up another punting situation, we believe.
I think if the quarterback would learn how to set up, it looks like he was just like a little bit on his back foot, but he's got to learn to step. Don't spread your feet out that wide, but just get in a good stance and be able to throw that with authority. And I think you're going to see a little bit more of a better percentage of catching the ball. But it just seems like he's throwing off his back foot, and that's the reason why that ball's dying down.
And that was a mistake. It is only 3rd down now. The scoreboard was wrong there. It's quads to the right. He'll look that way. Now looks over to his left, pushed up in the pocket, and he is going to be sacked at the 35, but flags out. May have gotten his face mask there, or was that a hold?
I don't know yet. I really
two flags.
We're so far away tonight, and I just don't know. I can't see right up in that field.
Yeah, right when he was pushed out of the pocket and there was some contact is when both flags flew. So let's take a look and see what the referees have to say. It's a personal foul, face mask. Yep, on Bryan Station.
There you go, 15 yards. So now right here, you're 3rd and 20. So it'll be, again, 3rd and 5.
Not an automatic first down.
No,
nope.
no,
that's right.
So.
Roughing the punter
It's
is.
just 15 yards.
Yep, loss of down is, but on the delay game. All right, 4:06 left before halftime, 21-7. And it is 3rd down and a short 5. Ball marked at the 41-yard line of their own for Creek. 21-7, Station leads. Weatherington in the gun. Twins to the right. He will hand off, and nothing doing that time. Maybe a yard, but tried to catch Station off guard, expecting a pass, and that's when the coordinators try to outguess the other one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was a draw, but, they've been so successful just quick passing, that little quick now screen, and then all of a sudden they were doing a little flood. That was positive. They're trying to be convinced and saying, hey, look, we're going to go ahead and run it up in between those two, in between the tackles, and it's just not working for Tates Creek right now. Bryan Station's defensive line is just that more physical and staying under control in their gaps, and they're just shutting down the run game right now.
You mentioned a couple plays ago, and that timing, when you have to be quick, and everything's got to be quick like you've been saying because of that pressure from Bryan Station, that gets in a quarterback's head, and, you short arm balls sometimes. You got to be quicker than usual.
Nice
They
draw.
fake the football. They fake the punt, but nothing doing there as he is knocked down at the 39-yard line as Creek tried to shift it back, but were not successful.
Right. So, that was a really nice little fake attempt, but Bryan Station was not fooled, and they went ahead and captured the outside and did a nice job tackle. Now that puts Bryan Station in great field position. I think, again, it's playoff time. You're either going to go and do everything you can to go move forward or you're done. So I don't blame the coach for trying to do everything he can to go ahead and try to create, luck for them.
Hey, it's his birthday, Coach Hawk's birthday for Tates Creek. That's when you roll that roulette wheel a little stronger.
You got to. You have to.
And, they're the underdog coming in here. Bryan Station ranked all year long, other than Douglas. That's been the toughest team in the district. Is a big run there by Lloyd all the way down inside the 20 to the 19 as Station's offensive front dominating.
Yeah, really nice job by Bryan Station's offensive line. But that was a quick hidden play, and it was just, again, great athleticism by that running back, and I'm just telling you, he's physical.
And we have a timeout called by Tates Creek, their second of the half. Bryan Station driving again, leading 21-7. You're listening and watching to the second round of the state playoffs on Glycod.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
21-7, Bryan Station leads Tates Creek at Bryan Station High School. Tim Rose and Gary Satori here in the second round of the state playoffs on Glycod. Appreciate you listening and watching online at glycod.com. Have several big games tonight in the playoffs around the state. You can listen to 4 or 5 different video streams. Bryan Station hands to Sanford this time. Off tackle. It's inside the 20, maybe a yard on the play.
Yeah, that was just, again, that was a read. The quarterback is reading that play. It's just a nice little quick inside give, but he's reading that defensive end by Tates Creek. It looks like they're going to keep it and run a little option like we talked about earlier. So I think, that's a maybe possible of giving these quarterbacks the option of giving the ball or running it on the option. I think you're going to see that here pretty soon.
Second down and 9, 2:18 and counting before halftime. Bryan Station
underneath the center now. That looks like
3 timeouts
off
left.
Tackle play.
Will hand off to Lloyd. He's hitting the backfield that time around the shoulder pad, and he'll lose a yard. Some fisticuffs down the field at the 10-yard line there. A couple flags.
I think that was on number 71 by Tates Creek. That was a little bit of taunting. He good celebration. He should have celebrated with his team on a good tackle. But when you go back and you stand over top of the running back, who knows what he said, but you got to win with class. You've got to be able to do something. You did something that great. Celebrate with your team. You don't need to say anything over to the other teammates, your opponent. You don't need to do that. That's something that I think, you got to pull that man out to the side, that young man, and say, look, you're here. It's high school. Play your best. And when you do great, celebrate with your team. Do not taunt. Do not do that. That's just unnecessary.
Because they're already struggling to stop Bryan Station here on this drive, and now that just moves the ball further down the field, and it's first and goal.
Undisciplined will make you lose faster than just absolutely just playing 4 quarters. Undisciplined football players will lose your game faster than you can actually think about even the game being played.
That was the best running play for Tates Creek, stopping the run that time for a loss, too. Back to pass. Station rolling to his right now. This time he's going to be sacked if he doesn't get rid of it. He's going to be. They're still trying to sling him down as a host of Commodores, and they'll rule it dead way back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a design. He was looking at two routes. He was looking at his first route. It was closed. He looked for his second route. It was also closed. Then he was trying to go ahead and try to create something, and defense was disciplined enough to be, again, good defensive coaches. One of my good friends, Dave Weston and Mount Hayden, they're both great defensive coordinators, and they always say, backside, be prepared and stay home. Don't get excited and run out of the way. So I hear those coaches always tell them, those players, do not get suckered out. Stay home. Be prepared for the backside, and that's what that Tates Creek player did, and that's the reason why they got negative yardage.
We have a timeout called with 55.2 seconds left. Bryan Station 21, Tates Creek 7. You're watching Glycod.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. 55 seconds left in the first half. 21-7, Bryan Station leads. And they had first and goal inside the 10, and now after a sack back at their own 29-yard line, second and 29 basically. Kurt Wright rolls to his right across the middle, has a receiver complete at the 21-yard line, breaks it outside inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And so they get that play back.
Yeah, they did. What they did is just basically throwing the receivers. I love it. It's just real simple. When you go out for routes, find open grass and sit. And the quarterback found him, and then all of a sudden, what I like about this is I see unselfishness by the wide receivers. As soon as one receiver caught the ball, the other receivers were going downfield and blocking for them. Excellent job. Now we're down at 3rd and 3.
3rd and goal from the 3, hands off to Lloyd, in for 6. And Bryan Station tacks on 6 more, 27-7.
That was, at our angle right here, that was so open.
Oh, yeah.
I think, Tim, I know I could run in there for that one. That was just an excellent job by Bryan Station's offensive line. Excellent job. That was just a walk-in. Really good off-tackle play.
27-7. Bryan Station leads as Gentry, the kicker, that's Kaiser actually, thank you, is up and good as Bryan Station extends the lead 28-7, 45.8 seconds left in the first half. We will go to another commercial break on Glycod.
Boy, commercial breaks are getting their money's worth today.
We'll try to catch them up. We didn't get any of them in the pregame, so.
Oh.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
All defenders so far, 27-7, 45.8 seconds left in the first half. As Bryan Station is those 2 great running backs, Lloyd and Frazier, along with Kurt Wright at quarterback, very talented junior signal caller, and that great defense. As Creek fumbles the kickoff, and Bryan Station may have this at the 29. Let's see. And they've got timeouts left, and still 43
Bryan
seconds.
Station does have the ball.
As you feel like you're you feel like Gary, you're in Starkville with all the cowbells.
I tell you what.
It must be their thing now.
I was just absolutely just watching that physical hit. Bryan Station has no fear. I've seen some really good tackles.
Must have. Yep.
I've seen some great tackles on both sides, but that was an excellent job of causing that fumble.
1st down and 10. First from the 30-yard line as the defender is still in business here. Up 28-7. That is corrected now. We got it now. 43 seconds. Kurt Wright back to pass, looks across the middle. Receiver slips.
Oh.
He was open at the 10-yard line. Was Frazier, the tight end running back, and he would have maybe got in, but at least gotten a big first down. But we've seen that 3 or 4 times on both sides. It's still a little slippery out there.
Yeah, it is. And again, these cleats are all rubber now. You cannot buy screw-in cleats. They're all rubber. So if the rubber is really low, you don't get a good grip. And again, you know, the rain might have caused this, but the turf fields are excellent.
Is that more about Coach, technology-wise, or are the companies doing that for bigger margins? Which is it?
Almost a fumble and a slip back to the back here.
And he falls on it at the 32, back at the 32, a loss of 2 for Bryan Station.
I'm not sure. I got to be able – it's just, you know, looking at what shoe development now is, there has to be, you know, some better cleats out there for these young men to be able to have. But again, you know, how long has that young man had those shoes? You know, are they worn out? But I just think, you know, I just go back to the old days where, you know, they used to screw in the cleats. But, you know, who knows?
We have a timeout here on the Bryan Station. It's called their first one. I think they still have 2 more, 28.4 ticks left. Some scores to update you on. in the second quarter. Early in the second, Covcast 6, Douglas nothing. That could be a semifinal or a championship type game, but it's in the second round. Madison Central 14, Dunbar 7 in the first quarter. That's at Dunbar. Trinity 3, Simon Kenton actually up on Trinity 6-3. Surprise there at the end of the first. Ryle 7, Ballard 6, 1-0, 1 minute left in the first. Scott County 14, Highlands nothing. Late first. Woodford County 6, Pulaski County nothing. Into first. Lexington Catholic and Bourbon County scoreless in the second. And Boyle 21-0 over Boyd in the second quarter. All over them. And we appreciate those scores from our great engineer Clint here. Handoff to Lloyd, and he is pushed back at the 34-yard line.
Boy, big 66. I think that's who got him. Nice job of wrapping up and just being physical on that wrap-up. Again, here it is, 4th down. Now, it is 4th and about 12.
It looks like they're going to let this go at this.
Yeah, I would.
This was stalled out. This drive looked like they'd get more.
Oh, they got a timeout.
They did call a timeout with 3.2 seconds left and 4th down.
That's interesting. Bryan Station waited that long to go ahead and try to create one play, not giving Tates Creek a chance.
He didn't want to go for it, and he didn't want Creek to have any time, I think.
I think he's going one more play.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see something very physical, four verts. They call 4 vertical routes.
You know what I'd call it right here? I'm not a color guy. I shouldn't really steal your thunder.
Right.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I would keep Frazier in the backfield, call the wheel route, Frazier down there in the wheel route.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think, you're going to see Tates Creek being a prevent, or they, let's see what they do here. I think you're going to see a four vertical route, and
I'm
maybe
no coach,
release.
though.
No, I think everything. What you're seeing right now is you're seeing 4 down linemen.
Back to pass, 3-step drop. Looking down the right side, has Frazier down there, and he catches it at the 5, but he catches it short as time expires. Big 30-yard catch, all for naught. As we go to the halftime, 28-7, Bryan Station leads Tates Creek in the second round of the KHSAA Playoff 6A on Glycod. Stay tuned for the halftime show.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
Welcome back to the halftime show on Glycod. Tates Creek down to Bryan Station 28-7. Tim Rose and Gary Satori. And Gary, except for that one, the fumble, the 15-yard touchdown for Tates Creek, it was all Bryan Station.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of dominance on Bryan Station offensively, defensively, and special teams. Again, special teams, when I see, them causing that much of disruption and causing fumbles for Bryan Station to get that ball in the last inside the minute. But I'm just seeing Bryan Station being more physical and being able to have that balance of a run and a good passing game. Defensively, I'm seeing Tates Creek show some highlights and show some spark, but I'm not seeing them pull it all together yet. So we'll see. I'm kind of curious to see how the coaches are going to kind of make some adjustments and try to create something new for the second half.
2 stats is all you need to know to kind of tell us how the first half went. First downs, Bryan Station 14, Tates Creek 2. Total yards, Bryan Station 224, Tates Creek 45.
Wow. There you go.
And Kurt Wright 3 for 11 rushing. The big star Mundy Lloyd 18 carries already, 106 yards for Bryan Station in the first half.
Yeah, that's nice to have this. Did Bryan Station give us his stats?
Yeah, appreciate their crew doing a great job up here.
I'll tell you what, sure. I remember old Pete Davis, Pete White helped us out. That man can go ahead and do some stats, and he always had them ready for us at halftime, already printed off. And again, I've seen the first class here in the booth of Bryan Station giving us this. I really love it.
14-2 on first downs. Bryan Station up 28-7 at halftime. We're going to go to a commercial break and be back with you on Glycod.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Two minutes, okay. Welcome back. Bryan Station 28, Tates Creek 7 at halftime in the second round of the KHSAA playoffs here on Glycod. Tim Rose and Gary Sartori, and as we mentioned, if you're just joining us, 14-2 first downs in the first half, and Bryan Station has been dominant. And one of those 2 first downs for Tates Creek came on that 15-yard pass, a short drive after the botched punt by Bryan Station, and that was for the points for Tates Creek. But Bryan Station, very battle-tested. They're in Douglas's district, which 2 districts now in Lexington, and a tougher schedule overall. But Tates Creek did improve as the season went on. They're riding a 4-game winning streak, won last week in the first round. But so far, you know, the games are always won in the trenches, but sometimes in these playoff rounds, it even seems bigger. It's even a bigger deal. Like, who wins in the trenches? It reminds me sometimes of those Bill Cowher teams at Pittsburgh with Jerome Bettis. They would just beat you and just wear you down. By the third quarter, it was done.
Yeah, I've always been a big believer if you have a strong run game, you can basically do a lot more. And, you know, they have a balance here at Bryan Station. They can run it, and they're physical when they do it. But they got a quarterback and receivers that can absolutely sling it and go out there and get it. And so he's got a perfect balance right now. I'm seeing such a good run game. Offensive line is doing a great job of creating holes, but they're also doing a great job of protecting him. And when you have that balance, you're going to go the distance. But you're right, a good, strong, physical run game is going to get you deep into the playoffs and get you those wins.
Because a lot of times you have bad weather in the playoff round. Tonight, not the case, 57 degrees and dry, perfect weather. But a lot of times it's wet. You got to adjust to that. It's rained 3 days straight sometimes in the playoffs. And look at this stat as well, Gary. Tates Creek, we talked about balance in the opening. Whoever had better balance offensively would win this football game. Tates Creek, 9 rushes, 6 yards total. Bryan Station, 24 rushes, 125 yards.
Yeah, that's
and it felt bigger. 5 yards a tote, it felt bigger than that.
That's the dominance thing about it is that, you know, I love a good physical run football team, but you've got to be able to have that balance. You've got to be able to throw it, and that's the thing about what I'm seeing by Bryan Station. They're balanced and they're good. Who was it that I was who did we cover? Oh, it was South Oldham. And, you know, South Oldham
in Western last week.
But I didn't cover that game.
Oh,
but
no.
We talked to, Coach Reed, and he knew, he goes, I've always been a physical run team, but in the playoffs, I know I had to throw the ball. And so he's been working on it the past couple of years, and he's starting to get that balance. And when you have that balance like Bryan Station and that balance like South Oldham has, you're going to go the distance. I mean, I'm just having a great time watching Bryan Station, you know, with such great athletes. But, again, it's special teams, it's luck, and it's a good defense too. So, I mean, Bryan Station, I think, can go really far into the playoffs this year because of the great balance. Now, Tates Creek, I'd like to see. They did a good job of bouncing outside, you know, with the run game. They're not going to get that inside run game, but if you had a middle screen. So, I mean, fake it, have that defense come across, and then throw it where the lineman can get downfield. That's what I'd like to see second half. But I guarantee you what Tates Creek is going to do, that coach has basically said, enough. We're going to live and die. We're either going to do something crazy or we're going home, and we're packing our stuff up, and I'll see you guys, you know, Monday morning, and we'll just start putting up the helmets. So I'd like to see Tates Creek do something out of their necessary, normal thing.
Well said, Gary. 28-7, Bryan Station leads Tates Creek at halftime. Another commercial break. You're listening to Glycod.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
New teen drivers are at greater risk for car crashes, particularly at night and during the first few months without adult supervision. Checkpoints is a free 1-hour educational program held monthly at the Jessamine Career and Technology Center in Nicholasville. It will help you help your teen be safer when they become a new independent driver. For more details, including program incentives and how to register, visit the Jessamine County Health Department's website at jessaminehealth.org.
Hi, I'm Glenn Downs, pharmacist and owner of the Prescription Pad in Nicholasville. We are an independent community pharmacy that provides personalized service. We offer free home delivery, medication compliance packaging, compounding, and home medical equipment. Getting your medications from us means no need to wait in line or on the phone for minutes. Visit us at 465 Keene Center Drive in the Keene Shops in Nicholasville or by phone at 859-887-2841. The Prescription Pad is dedicated to your family's health.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back. Winding down the halftime show, all Bryan Station in the first half. The defenders lead Tates Creek 28-7. Tim Rose here and Gary Satori, and our talented engineer making us sound better than we deserve, Clint, all the way from the capital city of Frankfort. Here sporting his Auburn hoodie. He claims he's not an Auburn fan, though. He just one time was cold, and he got it at a truck stop.
He said that was the only thing.
Well, so this year that probably is still on the rack.
Me being an Alabama fan, I'd understand the reason why, because they sold out of Alabama stuff, and there was only one. There was Auburn stuff, so I understand that. Now that's to my buddy Gator Todd Johnson, throwing a little joke there towards him because he's a big Auburn fan. But, you know, I tell you, this is one of those nights, again, I'm just so glad. This year has been a blessing because what a great season. Weather-wise. I mean, it's been warm, less. I mean, you've had one maybe rain one time. It's been absolutely a beautiful season of weather. You couldn't ask for a better summer because it wasn't massive heat wave, so you can be able to get out there and practice. I mean, this is a great year for football. I mean, it's been awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah,
it's been warm, it's been dry, and now it's been a little too dry as we saw some forest fires this week in the mountains a little bit.
Thank goodness for the rain today, but
yeah,
I tell you, it's just been a great year. I mean, weather-wise, it's been fun. Here it is, November 11th, and you don't see any heavy coats on. You see maybe a sweatshirt on, but this is just one of those years that you just value, and you're just lucky to be a part of it. And people should be coming out and watching these games. It's actually fun to watch.
Indeed, it is. Here as we're ready to start the second half, as Tates Creek has some work to do, down 28-7. Appreciate it if you're just joining us here on Glycod. A lot of great games tonight around the region. Douglas hosting Covcath, a game probably you would think is more of a semifinal matchup or finals matchup in the second round, this field of 16. And we've got Dunbar and Madison Central playing over at Dunbar tonight, a tight game. 14-7 last check, Central was up in the second quarter. And, of course, the huge battle in your home area, Gary, is Male and St. X, right?
Yeah, that's always a battle, you know, ever since either I was playing or, you know, started coaching, you know, Redmond and Glazier, you know, what two fantastic head football coaches. I just saw on Facebook that Coach Glazier's getting inducted again for his tremendous winning seasons. He's such a great coach and such a great person. He deserves it, and congratulations, Coach Glazier, on the award that he's getting soon. So here we go.
Here we go to kick it off. Bryan Station kicking to Creek. Creek needs to get string some first downs together. Short kick. It is fielded at the 25, up the gut. The up back gets it. Nice gain to the 39. A 14-yard return there is pretty good first field position. I wanted to ask you, though, first before we get into the second half, Gary, are you surprised at all Trinity behind 6-3 on Simon Kitten at last check?
You know, I tell you, I don't know, you know, Trinity, St. X. I know St. X. I know, you know, the head coach is doing a tremendous job of trying to get as many players as he can in there. And, you know, I think Trinity's a little bit behind because Coach Beatty left. And so it's just two fantastic programs, though. You know, either one of them is going to go the distance.
Tricky on first down, incomplete. Would have been something there as Tates Creek wide receiver screen. He throws it the deep ball then, a wide receiver pass, but well underthrown, or else that could have been a huge gain, maybe even a touchdown.
This is exactly what I was talking about.
Great idea.
Yeah, you got to go ahead, and you just got to, you know, do something crazy. You know, here comes the trick plays. You know, you got to set it up, though. You got to set it up, and you know, I like the attempt of it. You know, we used to do the same thing off of our rocket sweep. You know, we used to pitch that ball out, and then all of a sudden that tailback would go ahead and stop, and he'd throw it deep as you can. Our wide receiver would be so wide open, just like that one. So, yeah, that great call, setting it up. Now that tells the secondary to be more alert.
Second down and 10, Twins to the right, one solo to the left. Weatherington in the gun, hands off, and nothing doing that time. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage, does the Tates Creek ball carrier.
Yeah, the zone, I'm just, you know, you know, of course, a lot of coaches know me. I am not a big zone fan. I just don't think it's, you know, it's not physical football for offensive linemen.
The zone blocking,
yeah,
kind of like the Broncos did for years?
Well, you know, that's the NFL.
Yeah,
but I think, you know, high school kids, you know, when you're telling them to block chest to chest, I don't believe in that. I believe old school, you get shoulder pad on the hip and drive them out. You know, this just pushing and up top, you know, defense wins most of the time on the zone in high school.
Third down and 10 here for Tates Creek. 11 minutes left, third quarter. Just getting started in the second half. Bryan Station 28-7 dominated that first half. Twins left and right. Weatherington three-step drop now, rolls to his right under pressure, looking up the field, has a receiver middle of the field, incomplete. Short-armed, almost intercepted at the 47.
That's great by that safety, number 6, I believe. He saw that and did a great effort in trying to intercept that. But, you know, there's that motion and there's that crossing route. And defense was right there. They weren't afraid to go ahead and just knock those receivers off the routes.
That was a great play by Mayshawn Baker-Thomas, the defensive back for Bryan Station there. The ball hung up in the air, and he almost intercepted.
Yeah, I know. That was a great effort.
Catch up.
It was a fantastic effort. Did we get all? No, I thought that was offside.
No, punt.
No.
Nice punt again. As it will be let out of bounds at the 25. Good idea by the kickoff returner for Bryan Station. And that's where they will start 1st and 10. It's 10:40 left in third quarter, 28-7 Station.
Okay, now here's the thing. What has Bryan Station been talking about at halftime? What are they saying? What are we going to do? Are they going to come out and do the same game plan, or they're going to do something different? You know, that's one thing. You know, you're showing a lot of the same formations. He's not really breaking out of the 2 wide receiver, 1 receiver by himself, and the 2 in the backfield plus the quarterback. He's not breaking a lot out of that. He's basically keeping the same formation. So let's see what they do.
1st down and 10, Kurt Wright. Great job in the first half. He's in the gun. He kind of doubled. You don't see it much. He was under center and in the gun about 50-50. As Lloyd, who had over 100 yards on the ground in the first half, gets 5 on 1st down this time.
Yeah, I've always thought, you know, it's simple math too. You know, 3 times 4 gets you 12. So your goals, you know, for the offensive line, you always tell your lineman, hey, look, run play, we get 4 yards of carry. And that gets us a 1st down. You know, but when you're getting 5 to 8 to 9 yards every time he runs the ball, you know, that's physical. You know you're going to go ahead.
You're
and
running downfield.
Just running downfield.
Yep, for sure. 2nd and 5 from the Station 30. First possession of the second half for Station. They'll hand off to Lloyd once again, and he hops his way to the 33-yard line. Had some traffic there and had to be a thoroughbred.
I like what Tates Creek, you know, I mean, if they're young out there, you know, that's a promise for next year because those young men are staying in their gaps and those linebackers are filling in the spaces that are open. I like what Tates Creek, the coaching staff, is doing a good job. I think, you know, like we talked to him, he's about the weight program and getting him physical. I think, you know, you're going to see promising things for Tates Creek in the future.
No doubt about it. First-year coach, 4-game winning streak, 2nd round of the playoffs. That's a great sign for their future. It's Kurt Wright, hands to Lloyd once again, and he is hit. Oh, whistle.
All sides.
Whistle there. Maybe illegal procedure on the offense, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. There it is.
You know, I was going to say, Coach, too, a lot of times a first-year coach, there's always excitement and anticipation, but also when a new coach comes in, there are always going to be some doubters, too. You got to prove yourself. He kind of mentioned that a little bit at the start before the ball game, too. So, obviously, he's silenced any critics, doubters that might have been. He has.
He's done a great job.
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, the thing is, you're right. You have to prove yourself, and you have to go to work, and that's what that young man's been doing.
3rd down, 8 for Station. Out in the flat is complete at the 35-yard line and makes a juke, pushed down at the 40-yard line, but not before a defender 1st down.
I love it. It's simple. Here's your spot. No one's around you. Don't go any further. Just stay here in open grass. I love the concept. And here you go, 1st down, you're marching down the field. You're not telling the wide receivers to do anything overcomplicated. Just get here in this space, find an open area, and sit. The quarterback will find you.
1st down and 10, 8:50 and counting, 3rd quarter. Bryan Station 28, Tates Creek 7. Kurt Wright in the gun, twins to the left, Solo to the right. He'll look the left side, out in the flat, complete to Sanford. At the 45, down to Tates Creek territory at the 47-yard line. Move those chains once again.
Now, simple hitch. Just turn around. There he is. You know, I like the vision of the quarterback. He sees the field. He does a nice job of reading, and he absolutely took his head, looked at his first receiver, second receiver, saw the hitch, and threw it. Nice job.
Balanced attack on this drive. Is 1st and 10 at the Creek 47 for Bryan Station. Same formation, twins right, Solo to left. They'll hand to Lloyd. He bounces it outside and is pushed out of bounds at near the 40-yard line.
Again, off tackle play. It's solid. You know, there's not a lot of plays, it looks like, but there's just absolute execution is there. You know, there's an off-tackle play, there's an ISO play. That offensive line is doing a great job just being physical. And then again, you've got that one fullback, like 34. He kicks out whatever's there like a defensive end, and then here comes the big tailback.
Kurt Wright under center this time on 2nd and 6. Fakes, and he hands off to a new running back in there, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple.
I believe that was a nice linebacker blitz right there. He knew the timing of the count, and then he just shot the gap, and he caught that and created a really nice disruption.
That was Bayou Behi Bennett beneath the 5'10", 185-pound junior backup running back on that carry. Appreciate the flashlights up here in the booth, too.
Yeah, that's Coach Weston, Dave Weston, outstanding Hall of Fame coach as well.
3-step drop. Kurt Wright has a receiver in the flat complete, but close to the first down. Now I have to ask you, with the two coaches up here, who had the winning record against? Did y'all ever coach against each other?
Coach Weston is by far has a more successful winning record. He used to be head coach at Holy Cross and did an outstanding job. He would go ahead and he didn't care who he played against. He was a outstanding head coach, and he's been an outstanding defensive coordinator, and he's just a great knowledge of the game. He's just a hardworking person, and he just decided just to go ahead and just take a nice little drive.
First down and 10. He had Frazier out down the left side, just overthrown, or that might have been 6 as Frazier beat the cornerback, showing once again that speed. A kid that looks like built like a linebacker. He's quicker than the defensive backs.
Yeah, I tell you, again, that was just inches away from completing and going maybe 6. But again, I asked Coach Weston to go ahead, and he's got a friend, I think, on Bryan Station staff, and I wanted to say hello to him. And it's always nice when, these long drives after a long work day, you need someone to talk to, and Coach Weston was lucky enough to be able to ride with me today.
2nd down and 10 from the Creek 35. Twins right, one to the left. He'll hand off to that Benit there, and he gets dump play down to the 31-yard line. And good action. They're able to rest some of these guys looking ahead to next week.
That's a smart thing. That's exactly what we talked about. I think last time we were together, Tim, is when do you rest your players? Because you're going to go further. You might as well go ahead and get your younger guys more reps when it counts. Get the experience in them.
3rd down. He gives him once again, breaks a tackle, cut back, and he gets another first down. And the great thing about high school sports, Gary, is you don't have to worry about style points. There is an RPI now, but you don't have to worry about style points and a committee rankings. You just got to win the game by 1 point and move on to the next week.
Exactly, but I do like the way this young man carries the ball. He's got really nice, what they call is being able to, his hips are able to move and be able to get in and out of tight spaces. I really like the way this young man runs the ball.
Bayou Bay Benit there is.
What a cool first name.
A very cool name. 28-7. We have a timeout called on the field. 5:43 left first in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back on Glycod.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia, or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
On the air the whole time. That's good. Welcome back. 28-7. Bryan Station leads Tates Creek midway through the 3rd quarter on Glycod. Tim Rose and the old ball coach Gary Satori in action tonight, Coach. And these running backs for Station, they look like you coached them.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm more credit on offensive line, but talent, you could see it. It's just natural, gifted talent. But, yes, you're right. The running back coach for Bryan Station is doing an excellent job of coaching those young men. I'm seeing just a well-coached football team.
1st and 10 after the Benit running a first down play before the timeout. Fade route down the right side. At receiver hangs on for the touchdown. Is it? Nope, they're saying incomplete there as he came back to the ball. Great job by the wideout. It hung up a little bit, but they're ruling on that far side incomplete.
That was such a pretty timing route. I really thought that was a connection there. You could tell that they spend a lot of time in practice, not just in practice, but they probably during the offseason is throw many a football many times of that route, because that was beautiful, precise throw, exactly where that receiver needed to catch it.
That was Damon Green, I believe, there in the corner. And love the fact that he came back to the ball. Sometimes they just wait, but you got to come to the ball just like in any sport. Great coaching that time.
Yeah.
As breaks up beneath flag, maybe a hold, though, as he gets inside the 10 and 1st and goal. But pending this flag, it looks like it's offensive holding territory, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think you see holding right here. Yes, the officials already called holding.
Yep.
You know, again, those two fullbacks and their slot backs, you know, they're doing such a good job. But Tates Creek is slipping through and creating havoc, and they're doing a good job. They're so close to getting that tackle every time.
28-7 still Station, 5:28 left in the third quarter, but that hold brings it way back to the 35-yard line. Would have been a 1st and goal after the run, but you coach linemen quite a bit, as you said, Coach, and that's the big challenge on teaching them not to hold.
You know, it just, there's techniques, and if you feel like you're losing it, you got to drop that elbow in and slide and recoup. But, you know, again, you get caught up, and, oh, nice little hitch.
Kurt Wright can hitch route complete across the middle to Haskins.
Yeah, I like the way you don't have to go ahead and throw it deep. Go ahead and get your yardage. Go ahead and get you spotted. You still have 2 more plays to get a 1st down.
Green there actually with the reception. And there's so much, and a lot of times at the high school level, a lot of yards after the catch oftentimes. So.
You know, with these athletes, I mean, throw it in space and let the athletes go ahead and get the yardage. Yeah, you're right.
There's not as much equality in terms of the talent on the field. 11 players, they're only a minuscule number go on to play college football.
Yeah, but it's still, this is high school
great
football.
Talent. Yeah.
You're going to remember for years. I'm lucky to be able to talk to a young man when I was coaching at Fern Creek. Oh, nice
what a
route.
play. Kurt Wright on the money at the 5-yard line to Sanford. He's showing that D1 arm there, and Sanford with the catch.
Yeah, so when I was coaching at Fern Creek, we played Bryan Station in the playoff here, and they just absolutely kicked our butt. And I was saying it in the booth, and all of a sudden, a young man that's here working tonight goes, "I was on that team." And so,
how about that?
Yeah, so it's great.
Hey.
And the showman's giving it back to Bryan Station, and I'm just so happy to be able to meet him.
Oh, that was awesome. You coach long enough, you have a connection with everybody, I think, because a lot of coaches move around. And the handoff this time in the backfield catches him, no gain that time, as the ball carrier was Benit again, but he was stopped in his tracks.
Yeah, that's what's so great about this scheme about Tates Creek. They are creating, gaps so they can go ahead and get in there and get the tackle from behind. And that's what you saw.
Bayou Benit there on that carry, and he might get it again here. He'll get it once again off right tackle this time, and he gets a couple yards short of the goal line.
I like what he's doing. I covered this with Chris with West Jessamine, is that, they use both tailbacks, and they use them as the blockers. So the offensive line, all they got to do is just wash people down. They're either kicking people out and leading, or they're right there, they call it a counter tray, where the backs went counter when kicked out and when led through the hole. So I like what he's doing with these backs.
He put Mundy Lloyd back in, the finisher's back in there, and the Punisher. Let's see here if he gets the carry this time on 3rd down and goal from the Creek 2. He will definitely get it. He hits.
Nope.
He's short. Good job by the defensive front of Tates Creek. He got maybe a yard to the 1.
Once again, Tates Creek has a really solid defensive scheme. They're doing an excellent job. I know it's 28-7, but I still like the way Tates Creek keeps fighting. And they're going ahead and taking on those gaps, and they're doing a great job.
Big credit. They're down 28-7 at half. They've pitched a shutout here in the third quarter, and they've had their backs against the wall and really have been impressive on defense.
So here we go for a field goal. And I think this is smart because in the playoffs, you need every advantage that you can. Go ahead. And this young man has done a great job of kicking extra points. But let's see what he does on the field goal.
That's a great point here as Oliver Kaiser is in to actually Zach Gentry. And he kicks it. It is on the way, and it's perfect through the uprights. Bryan Station extends the lead to 31-7. 2:02 left in the third quarter. We'll be back in a moment on Glycod.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back. 31-7 after the Bryan Station field goal. 2:02 left. First score of the third quarter. Tim Rose and Gary Satori here from Bryan Station High School, where Bryan Station in command from the start in the second round of the playoffs. But Tates Creek, strong defensive effort here in the second half, as their defense has been on the field most of the night. But Weatherington and the gang here on offense going to try to sustain a drive or two.
Yeah, but we were on break, but the way Bryan Station kicked off, I love the way it was a deep kick and it just dropped. And that was a good chance for Bryan Station to recover. I thought it was going to be another recovery, but Tates Creek went ahead and got the ball.
Weatherington rolls out the far side and no one open, and he will be tackled at the 25-yard line. He had plenty of time for a while and rolled all the way almost to the sideline, but just nobody open.
I think that's one of the things that you have to tell quarterbacks. If you don't see it, if they're not going to open, take off. Because just like what just happened, an outside linebacker or inside linebacker at the time had enough speed and a good angle to get him, and that caused that sack. Again, you only have X amount of seconds. You say, you tell your lineman, give him 3 seconds. But that ball's being thrown before that. So if you're sprinting out, you don't see it, take off, go. Go get you some yardage. Here's
second down at 15 for Creek. After the 5-yard, they got lost. They have quads to the right, stacked. He'll look to the left side. Almost intercepted there. He jumped the route at the 25, and that could have been danger zone for Creek.
Yeah, so what you were doing, you were setting up to the quad side. You could see a nice screen. So they were going to go ahead. It's a choice for the quarterback. What does he see? It's quad side. He saw a screen. To the single side, he wanted to throw a hitch. That corner absolutely saw that the quarterback was looking to the single side, came up, and I thought he was going to go ahead and get another 6.
And appropriate. He's a quarter, and I believe that was cut right on the far side. And a quarterback viewing another quarterback, he already knows the instincts better.
He can. That's a great point there, Tim. You're right.
Trips to the right this time. Weatherington 3rd down and 15 from the Creek 25. He pushes up in the pocket, but he's going to be taken down at the 26, only a gain of 1.
Right. Again, that's what you're saying. I just said it. If you go back and, if it's not there, but that's a sprint out. Now, when you're inside, you got a little bit of time. You hopefully your lineman protecting you. But, again, Bryan Station, it's just their night tonight. It really is.
And they're a sleeper team. I think they're underappreciated in the state because they're overshadowed by Douglas. Douglas overshadows everybody. Right. But Stations as a team, you could see a run to the semifinals.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing a lot of good things out of Bryan Station tonight.
The punt on the way from Tates Creek boots it away. This guy is definitely a college kicker, and they'll take a huge roll inside the 5. It's fielded at the 5 by Green, and he pushes it up the field. May have a wall, 20. 25, pushed out at the 28. He fumbles, but he was already out of bounds. A 23-yard return.
I tell you, the art of special teams, and if you have time to coach them and you're doing it right, that'll win you more games than what you think.
You flip the field.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I think special teams, if it's taught right, you're going to win more football games than not putting the effort. I think a lot of young coaches, all they think about is trying to get as many plays as they can in, and then they're going to, they sometimes neglect the defense, or they definitely neglect the special teams. And then the week of the first game, they're going, oh, it's time to put in special teams. I don't believe that. I think you put it in. Even through spring ball, you're trying to go ahead and get your special teams in. And when you can do something that can get a nice return, you're just setting up your offense or you're setting up your defense to win.
Kurt Wright, 7 seconds left in the third quarter. A handoff to the running back again.
We're going into fourth quarter.
And he gets maybe a yard here as we end the third quarter. All defenders so far, 31-7 over Tates Creek on Glycod.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance abuse crisis, 988 provides connection to free confidential support. There is hope. The Lifeline works. For 24/7 confidential support, just call, text, or chat 988. For more information, including a list of local resources, visit jessamynhealth.org/wellness.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
(31-7) Bryan Station. We begin the fourth quarter here at Bryan Station High School in the second round of the KHSAA High School Playoffs in the highest classification 6A. Tim Rose, Gary Satori, and our esteemed producer Clint, whose last name I'm learning tonight. But I know he's retired government, so don't mess with him. He's got contacts. But he may help you on your, I don't know. If you have a tax issue, maybe he can help you with that.
Oh, offsides here. No.
As Bryan Station,
no, they're going to go ahead and
Kurt Wright back to pass. Looks for Sanford down there, incomplete. Nice route. Well defended by Creek down at the 35-yard line.
I thought I would see a pass interference call on that one.
There was some contact.
Yeah, that was definitely some contact going on there.
It's hard sometimes for the secondary, Gary, on it when the ball you have to hold up for the ball and it's maybe a little underthrown and he has to come back for it. Sometimes that's when you see the flags.
Yeah, definitely. But I think here it is, fourth quarter, game's a little unbalanced. I think these officials are just saying let's just play.
11:52 left in the ball game. Station twins to the right, one to the left, and two backs around Kurt Wright in the backfield. He's in the gun.
It's a shift.
Back to pass. Across the middle, has a receiver complete. Sanford to the 40, up to the 47. First down, Bryan Station.
I like his release. I love the way he throws that football. Man, that was just nice bullet, nice, just absolutely dart in the middle of the play. That was a great throw.
This kid, Kurt Wright's going to be in some college camps over the summer for sure.
I'll tell you what, I like the way he releases the ball. Man, he's smooth.
And Sanford, great route there. He's well schooled. I mean, that's a football family.
Well,
they know how to play.
You're splitting those linebackers, and then he's right in the open. I tell you, I love it. I love that route.
1st and 10, defenders. Benton gets the carry that time, maybe a yard, up to the 49.
Yeah, Tates Creek, now they're big. Remember we were interviewing the coach, and we were walking up there, and they had some size.
They did.
They get in that weight room. They're definitely going to see, if those young men are juniors or sophomores out there, they're going to get big. I tell you what, they're going to get physical.
I love the attitude of Coach Hawks, too.
Yeah,
what a great guy. I mean, he looks like he's in the weight room a lot himself.
Yeah, you can tell he's physical.
Kurt Wright has all day to pass. Looking down the field, has a receiver. He's interfered with, and we'll get to Hankey down at the 5.
Yeah.
They were looking for a new receiver that time. That was Jaden Walker, a 6'1", 185-pound senior. Easy call that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought last time it should have been an easy call, but but I think when he was all over him, I think the official had no other choice to throw it.
Yep. And first down, Bryan Station. 10:57 left in the ball game. some updated scores real quick. We'll sneak them in from time to time. Douglas 7, Covcast 6, third quarter. Madison Southern 14-7 over Dunbar in the second. Trinity now up on Simon Kenton 20-13 in the third. Appreciate Steve Big Bird down there in Zephyr Hills with the score updates for us tonight. Hope the weather and prayers with the hurricane situation down there, Steve. Betting this time, and he is tripped up, but not before an 8-yard gain.
You know, there was a Tates Creek player that read that. If he just had the right angle, he could have probably intercepted that and gone the distance. But again, Bryan Station, that nice little toss sweep, getting the positive yards.
2nd down and 2 from the Creek 36-yard line. Actually, check that, the 26-yard line. Original line of scrimmage back at the 36. 2nd and 2. They'll hand Benton again. He's got the first down and then some. A nice carry. This good-looking younger back down to the 15.
Yeah, you know, that's always a good sign when you're younger. Running backs are just as good as your starting one. Bryan Station is loaded, and that's great for the success for the upcoming years. I just love to see a team being able to have so much talent and they use it.
They've had the 2 Thunderbacks, huge, over 200 pounds, and then Benit, more of an 185-pounder. Running back there, a different kind of a change of pace guy. Kurt Wright hands to him once again. He runs with confidence now and gets down inside the 5-yard line. You can see between his second and like his 4th or 5th carry, he's up to about 8 or 9 now. The confidence just builds with those positive gains.
Well, he used his legs. If you saw that, he actually brought his legs physically into that tackle, and the timing of that knocked that defensive player back. I mean, that's a physical run.
And young kids listening here and watching, that's why you hit the weight room.
You do, and you absolutely, good technique by the running back coach. He's doing a great job.
1st and goal. They hand to Bennett again. Benit gets in for the score.
Touchdown.
Nice 4-yard touchdown by Benit as he owned that possession, and the defenders tack on 6 more. 37-7, 9:07 left.
Yep. So, again, you got to keep working. Now, you're going for your extra point, but I got to be honest with you. I'm getting ready to go into playoffs. And I know this is, you're up 37-7, but this is when I would maybe do a 2-point play because now you're showing your opponent coach, hey, I'm not afraid to be alert. But again, 38-7, that's still great.
The PAT is good. Station all over Creek, 38-7 in the second round of the playoffs. Back for more on Glycod in a moment.
Hey folks, this is Duke Owens, General Manager here at Cartown Kia. We have new Kias arriving daily, and I have over 20 lenders that want to approve you. So come and see us here at Cartown Kia or look us up online at cartownkiausa.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
Welcome back, 38-7. Bryan Station all over Tates Creek. 9:07 left in the ball game. Want to have a couple more score updates. Ballard 12, Riles 7 in the third. Scott County 14, Highlands 9 in the third. Woodford County doubling up Pulaski County 14-7 in the third. Still no score. Bourbon County and Lexington Catholic in the third quarter. Boyle County all over Boyd 35-7. Danville trailing 14-6 at Metcalfe County.
I'm a Eastern boy myself. I went to Eastern High School, and Ballard was always a rival, but I got to be honest with you, I'm rooting for Ballard. They got a really nice team, and I'm rooting for them. I hope they go all the way. I just would love to see Ballard go as far as they can. Yeah.
Long-time basketball power, pretty good at football these days.
They again, talent. They're loaded all the time. And again, that's a rival, and it's one of those things where you're just sitting there going, you think about your high school days, but I got to be honest with you, I'm rooting for Ballard. I'm hoping they do a great job. I hope they go as far as they can.
9:07 left in the ball game. 20-yard line. Tates Creek starts this possession. Twins left. As Weatherington tells his running back, no, get on the right side of me. He was on the left. Tree step drop. Weatherington under pressure, rolls to his right now and has the receiver out of the backfield, caught at the 18. He is pushed back at the 20 for no gain.
Again, it's better than a sack, and that's what I'd like to see is get rid of that ball. Don't go ahead and get that sack.
Markavian Smith there has been an active ball carrier for Tates Creek, just has had no room to run after the catch either.
Right. I think it was a smart move by the quarterback. Get that.
They held on that play too.
I like that tailback releasing out.
Yeah.
And it's an emergency release. I love it. I think that was a smart move by the quarterback and a really good move and discipline by the tailback. But you know what? What's going on here?
They got a hold on the offense there. Tates
boy.
Creek pushed them back half the distance there. And
okay.
Yeah, kind of a safety valve, the running back there.
This is one of those challenging things. You're inside your you're on your 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Now, this is one of those things. You're already down 38-7. Throw vertical. Look at it. It's cover 2. You got one in the post.
Trips to the left.
Yeah.
From the end zone, Weatherington
looks
out of that. He looks down the field for his intercepted at the 35 by Sanford. 25, 20, 15, 10. Pushed out of bounds, but an interception returned by Sanford. Bryan Station in business again.
Yeah, you got to. I don't care. You're down in 5, but there has to be a discipline when you throw a post, and you've got to be able to have your routes. But why not throw it? Because you're down 38-7. You're on your 5-yard line. You got to do something. You got to create something, and just so happened. But I really like Tates Creek's where they're going to go. Get a great off season, get strong, get physical, get some more kids out for the excitement. As you said, you're right. They won their last 4 games, so there's excitement in the hallways. You got some kids that are saying, "Hey, I'm going to come out next year." So that's what I like to see. Coach, just go out there and just do what you got to do, but get that excitement going for next year.
First down and goal for Bryan Station after the Sanford interception. Kurt Wright hands to Benton again, and he's close to the end zone. Did he get in?
No, he's shy.
He's a little shy, but inside the 1. Benton that time, Sanford on the interception. Haskins, I should say. That's right. They both have played here in the back in the day. Yeah, both quick as lightning. Thank you very much. Great staff here at Bryan Station and hospitality.
Yeah, this has been a great, everybody's hospitality's been fantastic here.
My brain's on fast time. That's my only excuse for messing that one up again is, we had the daylight savings.
Yeah,
so
I'll tell
past
you what,
my bedtime.
I've heard rumors that they're going to get rid of that. I hope.
Indiana did last year.
Uh-oh.
We got it. Was it a fumble on the play? He's short of the goal line.
No.
And that, like we said, was J.T. Haskins on that interception.
All right, so it's 7:40 left on the clock. You go ahead and get, this is when you score. You're up at that 38 mark, and then that clock's going to run. So this is when you put your young bucks in, hopefully. But I think, right now it looks like I'm seeing the backfield. Who's back there?
Baton's back there still that's been in most of this half in relief.
He's a quick little tailback.
He'll get it again off left tackle, and he skirts his way off left tackle and waltz into the end zone for 6.
He's physical. I like the way he ducked his head down and just absolutely dipped that shoulder and got in there. He's a fast little guy. Man, I really he's a physical runner. He's a physical little tailback.
He really is. He's got both a great combination. He can get out in space. He can a little thunder off tackle, and he gets in for 6 too as this rushing party by the defenders keeps going.
Yeah. That offensive line, though, you got to give credit where credit's due. That offensive line is doing a great job of opening holes and giving the quarterback time to throw that ball.
They have owned it, the line of scrimmage tonight for sure on offense for Bryan Station. Point is good, 45-7, 7:35 left. You're listening and watching the Glycod.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, R.J. Corman Railroad Group has been serving North America's railroad industry since 1973. Find out more by visiting rjcorman.com. For high-quality railroad service, it's R.J. Corman.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
They're going to do it
Welcome
after the
back.
kickoff.
45-7, Bryan Station on over Tates Creek, 7:35 to play. A score of interest here locally. Lexington Christian all over those Briar Jumpers from Somerset, 28-7, right before the 1:28 left in the first half. That game's probably further along now, but Lexington Christian, after a slow start, very tough schedule. Their talented quarterback, who's already been offered by Alabama and Kentucky, Cutter Boley, was injured earlier in the year, and they're getting healed up. Talked to their play-by-play announcer at church the other day.
Oh, good.
One of the better nicknames in the state of Kentucky, though, the Briar Jumpers. Which is your favorite one?
You know what? I go back and forth. You know, being an Eagle, I've always liked Eagles and Tigers, you know, when I coached at Fern Creek. But all of them are good. You know, in the Warriors, you know, Eminence says, oh, the Warriors. I like that.
45-7, Bryan Station. Tates Creek looking for something here on offense, as we have a running clock now at 7:22 and counting. Weatherington will hand off. Tries to break it outside, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, and that's kind of been on repeat tonight, unfortunately for Tates Creek.
Yeah, that play was what we call a counter tray, and it's usually, you know, right off that B-gap kind of play, but he didn't see it, so he tried to bounce outside, so he got a yard off of it.
Markavian Smith on the carry. 2nd down and 9. Give Smith a yard on that. Tote.
All right. Got a bunch set already.
Trips to the left. They are huddling up.
Yeah, they got a bunch with the tight end over here to the right. One back. Offensive linemen are set for pass pro.
Low snap, gets it away. Wide receiver screen complete in the flat. Cuts his way through traffic. Nice gain by the wide receiver up to the 41-yard line. Will set up 3rd down and 5.
I love it. It's a positive move. Screens, you know, a tunnel screen. Just move the ball. That's what you want to see now. You want to see positive things. You know, go ahead and throw the screens. Go ahead and throw the short passing routes. Just create that where you're carrying that ball all the way to the end. You have 6 minutes with the running clock. Run your offense.
You're
have
looking
fun.
For next year here.
Yeah,
you're seeing what
exactly.
dudes, these guys in the trenches, how much heart do they have? That was Jason Bell on the reception, by the way, 5'6", 140-pound wide receiver, junior. 3rd down and 4 for Creek. Weatherington, he'll be back next year. 3-step drop, looks to the left side on the fade. Receiver, nice catch. Was he in bounds? No, they ruled him out of bounds.
Out of bounds. But that was great concentration.
Thomas Siegler, the junior wideout, with the almost catch there. He caught the ball just out of bounds, could not get a foot in.
Yeah.
Do you like the 1 foot or the 2 foot in rule?
Oh, I'm always a 1 foot. Anytime the offense can create some advantage, I'm in.
You're an offensive coach.
Oh, yeah. I let the defensive coaches coach. You know, I want them to be aggressive, and I want them to go ahead and have – I tell you, seen some great new style of tackling drills I really like. I see some really good things. I want a good aggressive defense, but, man, I'm always – give me a couple extra minutes on the offense. Let's go ahead and go.
Under 5 to play. 4th down and 4. Tates Creek is going for it from their own 42, as you might imagine. Weatherington rolls to his right. Looks down the field, has a receiver, and it is caught at the 31 to the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Creek. Weatherington, as Bryan Station's defensive back went for the interception. He didn't get it. And that was all she wrote.
Yeah, that was an excellent concentration, and that clock should still be running.
That is true, and it is. As I'm trying to get that number there. What a great play by the receiver. That may have been Markavian Smith.
What's going on here? They haven't put the
on that touchdown pass. I don't see it on the board yet. The touchdown. Was he ruled? He didn't. I don't believe he stepped out. They're just the kicker's in there for the PAT, just have not reflected it on the scoreboard as we go under 4 minutes here.
That clock is still going to run even though Tates Creek did score.
That's Castro, who's had a heck of a game as a punter for Tates Creek and would be my choice as their player of the game on for the PAT. It's definitely going to be kicking on Saturdays if he wishes one day. Castro. Weatherington, the quarterback, is the holder. 45-13. Nice snap. The boot is up. It is perfect.
Yeah, I like
45-14. Bryan Station over Tates Creek. 3 minutes and counting. You're listening to Glycod. Back in a moment.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Football from Glycod.
(45-14) after the Tates Creek big play there from Wetherington to the talented running back Smith for 6 as Tates Creek cuts a lead. 45-14, but only 2.5 minutes left with the running clock as Bryan Station scored a few minutes back, and it made the running clock with about 5 minutes to go. And game, Gary, where it's one in the trenches. You coach football for 30 years. You're going to be back coaching it probably next year. And the game, a lot of things have changed. A lot of offenses are more wide open, but the game is still one up front.
You do. I mean, as much as you say the game has changed, you're right, but it's a complete circle. You have to be able to block, and you have to be able to tackle. You know, discipline wins. So you got to be able to block, and you got to be able to tackle. That's the number one objective of any coach. You know, sitting back and, you know, creating all this offense or all the defense, you got to have your kids physical. And with your physical, you're going to win football games. And I'm seeing Bryan Station this year being more physical, and I really hope they do really well in the future. And
Castro with the onside. Yep. It will be picked up by Station at the 34-yard line.
Oh, he's going to go.
Has a wall on the other side. There might have been a block in the back, a clip, as one of the linemen got it, and he's 30 to the 20, and he may score. He scores. Does the Rudy dive? But let's see about that. Probably a block in the back.
It's a block in the back.
Yeah.
But on highlight film, I'm keeping it in, and I'm going to go ahead and give him credit when it comes to the highlight film. He's got to go ahead. That's a big
What a
lineman.
heck of a play. That is Colton Essenbach, a 6'1", 235-pound senior guard.
You know, he's going to have memories on that. I don't care. You go ahead, and on the highlight film, go ahead and put it just the first one. You know, just go ahead and have fun with that.
Got to get that play in the senior directory there in highlight film at graduation with Essenbach.
You're right. You're right. He's going to be talking about that for generations. I love it when a lineman gets a chance to score, but unfortunately it got called back.
Oh, man. The Essenbach run, though, will live on.
Yeah, so, you know, it's probably if it was another offensive lineman, he's going to feel guilty. He's probably going to have to take him to McDonald's and buy him a cheeseburger. You know, I'm so sorry that I caused you to not have a touchdown.
That's right. He owes him something. He owes him a thing or two.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Coach West has said 20
Station
years
here will
from
just
now.
take a couple knees. The clock stopped with a 1:11. Now it's back here after the block in the back. And Station will snap this from the 15. And just a couple knees here, and that'll do it.
Okay.
45-14, but a cool, some excitement there to finish this one.
Yeah.
That was neat.
I was hoping to say hello because I got to see some talented young men when I was coaching at Fern Creek, and now they're coaches. I love it. Love to see it.
We'll have to check the brackets and see who the defenders will play next week and see if they'll be home or on the road.
Yeah, there's no reason to go ahead and run a play.
No.
We've got ourselves a good football game, 45-14, Bryan Station over Tates Creek.
And that will do it. 25 seconds, and that'll do it as the teams shake hands and trot off the field. As all Bryan Station tonight, 45-14. Here at Bryan Station as the defenders under Coach Hawkins move on to the third round and the Elite Eight, this quarterfinal round where they play for keeps. As there it goes, 45-14, Bryan Station over Tates Creek. We'll be back with the postgame show on Glycod.
I believe in Kentucky. I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Welcome back, 45-14. Bryan Station advances to the third round of the KHSAA state playoffs in 6A. Tates Creek riding a 4-game winning streak. A great job by Coach Hawks in his first year at Tates Creek. They come up short tonight. But as you said, Gary, the future is bright over on the south side over at Tates Creek football.
Oh, I think so, too. I think they get themselves, into a great off-season weightlifting program. Go ahead and create a great buzz. Get your friends out. Double up your numbers, and let's just go ahead and strap it on for next year. Let's go.
Let's go, and let's dive right in. Our players of the game, and I think first we'll start with the visitors, the Commodores from Tates Creek, and I think it's hard to argue with Emmanuel Castro.
I like it.
What do you think?
I agree with you 100%. I love it.
I mean, it averaged probably 45 yards on his punts tonight. He kicked both PATs perfectly through the uprights. He's a difference maker, and he'll be back, and he's obviously a kid that the college scouts have on their radar.
Oh, I love it. Definitely he deserves it.
Very good. And then, of course, a lot of stars for Bryan Station tonight. You can pick a lot, but I'm going to let you go ahead and pick that one.
Well, I'm impressed by that big running back. That big running back.
I think you're referring to Jeremiah Mundy Lloyd.
Exactly. I tell you what, I really like the way that young man plays. Again, you can just spin around and just throw a dart and just pick somebody, and they deserve it. But, when you see that big running back, I really see the future for him.
Chris Rodriguez is graduating this year at UK. They might be in – I think they're in the market for a running back, right?
Yeah, I tell you, I hope the best for that young man. I hope he has a great career, but I hope he has a fantastic career right now. It's not over yet out of Bryan Station, so I wish him best next week.
We're going to take one final break on Glycod here and wrap it up from Bryan Station, where the defenders are victorious 45-14.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $600 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to cslplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Proudly based in Jessamine County, RJ.
I hope you get to
Welcome back. Bryan Station 45, Tates Creek 14. Tim Rose and Gary Satori, and our great camera folks and talented collegians. Also, Clint producing a great job as well. The coaches were great, terrific to work with. A couple minutes before the game, I want to credit Coach Hawks from Tates Creek in his first year, Coach Hawkins in his third year at Bryan Station. Veteran coaches doing a great job. And Gary, fun. We just love covering high school sports, and then it even gets even more fun when it's the playoffs.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, this is where it gets – next week you're going to see – now it's going to see closer. You're going to see really two equal teams. You're not going to see running clocks a lot of times. This is where now you're going to match up. Now there's round 3, and then all of a sudden the lucky ones get to go to 4, and then the state championship. So I think next week you're going to see better matchups. You're going to see some true good football all the way around, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what next week is going to be.
It is going to be excellent. We will let you know. Stay tuned to Glycod, folks. We're going to be off here in just a minute, but tune to one of our other games. A couple of them started at 7:30, so check what's going on over there at Douglas versus Covcath, still in action, and Mel at St. X on as well. All kinds in South Oldham hosting Seneca tonight. The other 3 ball games, big play, big games, and like you said, it shrinks to 8. You've got a lot of 1 seeds playing 1 seeds next week.
Yeah, you do. It's going to be some really good football. I tell you, this is the time of year where you just go and say, you know what? I want to watch those guys because, I just want to see exciting football. It's going to be great. I love it. This is the time of year where you just this is the reason why you got to go out. You got to go out and see these teams.
This is why you want to get back into it. It's so fun.
Yeah, I love it. I miss it. I know Coach Weston does. Coach Mountain Hayden. We're definitely looking forward, and Mark Bennett, we're looking forward to maybe getting out there next year. So hopefully we'll see something.
Look forward to working with you again, hopefully, Coach Satori.
Yeah, definitely. It's always been fun, Tim.
45-14, Bryan Station wins over Tates Creek. For Clint, for Gary, Tim Rose saying so long, everybody, from Bryan Station. This has been a Glycod Sports broadcast on glycod.com.
From Glycod, this has been R.J. Corman's Central Kentucky High School Football. R.J. Corman Railroad Group in Nicholasville, serving the railroad industry since 1973. Tonight's game was also brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance agents Sean Atkinson and Kyle Rowe, big on commitment. Cartown Kia in Nicholasville, movement that inspires. The Jessamine County Health Department, jessaminehealth.org. The Prescription Pad, your local pharmacy in Nicholasville. Elite Building Products, for all your window, door, and siding needs. CHI St. Joseph Jessamine. And Citizens National Bank.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com. Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.